Immortality, a concept that has been in fiction for as long as mankind has longed to live forever, which has basically been since for as long as we've lived. Throughout fiction and other such things, we see a lot of characters with immortality, or even just high-speed regeneration, which is one form of immortality, I guess. And a lot of the times, niggas with immortality or scuffed immortality, i.e. high-speed regeneration, they're shit. They have no kind of hands, they have no hacks outside of that whatsoever. They can't throw down, and it's a side case. But not all characters fall under this archetype. I'll list some right now. Barn from Seven Deadly Sins, of course I'm gonna mention him first because come on, that's like what manga do I talk about the most here, guys? Cell, Perfect Cell from Dragon Ball Z, because he's made out of everyone's cells, so he's biologically obligated to be able to throw hands. Hikari is kind of on the fence on that, in my personal opinion, because he's just outside of his ability, he's just another punch kick merchant. So yeah, we got him as well. Mori Jin, my glorious monkey king, he is another exception, and today we will talk about one particular exception to this archetype as well. Toross Madao from Wakfu Season 4. Now I already know a lot of you who have either come from my socials, which if you have, love you guys, thanks for the support, or you just don't know Wakfu. It's basically like this French cartoon-ish anime. It's kind of like their Avatar, and it's because of Wakfu that I choose not to blow France off the face of the. Toross Madao is the main antagonist of Wakfu Season 4, as he's basically just come to his immortality is that he's a Necron. They're drained of Wakfu, which is basically like life energy. They control stasis, which is obviously the opposite of that, and because of that, they really can't die or be destroyed. Yeah, Toross, he was like a hero who collected the 6 dofus, and collecting the 6 dofus in the Wakfu world basically is the equivalent to collecting all the Dragon Balls, but rather than getting a wish, they grant you immense like power. Ask Yugo and Ogress. A video with that fight is gonna come soon as well. But yeah, he's the main antagonist in Season 4, and he is also going to be the topic of today's jumping, as Yugo, a fully grown Yugo and Goultard, the current Yup god, jump him in order to save their world. So let's just get into it. Now obviously Yugo and Toross, they actually have beef because Toross tortured Yugo's bum and technically killed one of his brothers as well, Ephraim, and then he tortured Yugo. The torture was so bad that this nigga had a growth spurt, bro. There's no way you cannot get a lick back after that. So we start off with Yugo talking his shit to Toross, talking about how obviously, yo, run me my ones. It's time to get my get back for my family and myself, and I won't be afraid to use my dofu either. And because obviously one thing in Wakfu is that if 2 people who hold 6 dofuses clash, then 99.9% of the time the world that they're fighting on will be destroyed. We'll talk more about that in when I do the Ogress fight. And then Toross comes out and was like, alright, you wanna throw hands? Bet. He gets his sword, ignites it, no thorn, and then just releases this scuffed Getsu potential at Yugo, who easily blocks it with a Wakfu shield. Toross comes through the smoke and absolutely bats him away straight. Someone get him on the pitch. He would be I don't know any baseball or cricket team, so I'm not gonna go further with that joke there. But yeah, he knocks you a ways away and instantly goes to chase him down, like no rest whatsoever. Look at that, just zoom. They just run around, Yugo running away, getting Toross away from his castle. That'll be important for later, keep that in mind. They clash, Yugo gets more distance, and then finally hits this guy with a scuffed Hadouken. Let me stop saying scuffed Hadouken. These are his own attacks, but obviously that's light work for Toross. No reaction. Toross is just like, yeah, you know, this shit tastes good, but like realistically in this fight, you really don't have a chance. Yugo is like, yeah, shut up. Hits his goddamn monozone attack, forming portals all around Toross to fire a bunch of Wakfu blasts, which obviously they do literally nothing to him, and he just absorbs the Wakfu from the portals, causing them to close, and then just speed blitzes Yugo using these little stasis platforms. I find this shit so cool. I've only seen one other character from a series do something like this, where they make little platforms of their power system, like of their energy, and then just pure physical strength just jump off of them to maneuver midair. It's so sick. And it's a form of visual storytelling as well. While Wakfu is the energy of movement and life, while stasis is the energy of stillness and death. So it being platforms rather than him being able to make portals like the heliotropes, obviously that's two sides of the same coin. That's reversed. Toross kicks Yugo away and makes more platforms for him to bounce off of. That is devious work. And then he just drops it out of nowhere, stomps on Yugo down, and then dashes down to he just sits there. He leans over Yugo and chats his shit. Yeah, like look at this position right here. Tell me, like, just looking down, when he could have offed Yugo right there and then, and he's gonna be mad that he didn't do that shit as well, because Toross then sensed something is up. So he looks back. Remember when Yugo was running away earlier, basically doing a whole bunch of cardio? It wasn't for nothing. Like I said, you have to keep that in mind, because they are trying to save Nora, one of Yugo's siblings. They see Toross and Goultard trying to break her out, and Goultard's bitch ass is just like, hi. Keep in mind, they're quite a distance away. Goultard was still able to sense that he was being watched. And Yugo basically explained that all the Necrons think about is satisfying their hunger. All those blasts and shit where Toross was just literally eating them, it was to distract him so that Goultard and Toross could go and start breaking Nora out. So Toross tries to go there immediately, but Yugo makes a portal to keep him there. And Toross is like, okay, yeah, little nigga, enough. But first of all, this was a great play from Yugo. Obviously, y'all niggas who have seen the show know that even like back in season 1, despite his youth, he is actually quite tactically intelligent in and out of battle. And it's great to see that it just continues even in season 4. Because season 3... So Toross goes on to make all these little blasts that chase after Yugo. So obviously, which forces Yugo to continue running routes and doing more cardio. Which honestly, most of them he's dodging. But keep in mind, look at how these ones right here are splitting. They continue splitting, and then you don't see them, and then they go off into a different direction. Yugo looks forward, and then those same blasts that split off from before just appear in front of him, cooking him. Just has him up there crucified, staying still. And Toross just immediately decides that, yeah, you've lost, that's it. Which honestly, flag on play, this is a poor choice from Toross, because he could have really snuff it in the bag to just he could have killed Yugo right there and then. But while Toross is going off to save his prisoner, Yugo has this random power up calling out his main eater's name, and absorbs stasis energy in himself and is able to suddenly manipulate it. Which honestly, I don't think this came out of nowhere, because it has been stated that the heliotropes are the children of both Stasis and Wakfu, their father and mother respectively. So it was going to come to a day where we'd see, and I'm pretty sure we've seen Adamai use Stasis at one point, if I remember right. So it was obvious that Yugo was going to end up being able to use it. So now with this new power up, he goes on to chase after Toross. Toross appears at his castle, sword in hand. And why does he bloody do that? Just Stasis lightning flash, and it just appears 10 meters closer to when he was before. So he tries to swing down at Joris. Goultard catches it, and Toross is just like, hold on, wait, you're kind of strong, kind of like a, and then Goultard's like a god, right? And he's like, yeah, nah, don't hype yourself up like that, big man. You're more you're strong like a demigod. That's it. He takes a step back, lets off these potentials at Joris and Goultard, which Goultard deflects most of them away in the most stylish way possible. They were having fun in the studio with that. Joris is trying to break Nora out, but still has to avoid these. He does a single arm handstand, weapon in hand, hits the attack and then moves his hand just in time to avoid getting pulled by the Getziger. Goultard is like, yo, hurry up, shrimp. And Joris does not like being called short, so he's like, just like, shut up and let me do my job. And then he locks in, busts Nora out of her jail cell. And within that moment that they're distracted, Toross tries to sneak Goultard, but Yugo comes in to help save Goultard. And Toross is like, yo, you can use stasis now? Word. And Yugo's just like, hey, yo, everything, what's yours is mine and what's mine is mine. So they launch him off, and then this is where this is where they really started to jump this nigga. Goultard first off throws the sword which Toross parries, and then parries Yugo immediately. He does a down slash, turns around to block Goultard, and then right as Goultard's trying to go for a follow-up, puts his hand on his torso, and he's just like, get out of here, buddy. Blasts him away, and then turns around again to just block Yugo's attack, but it leaves him open to then be blasted for a portal to appear beneath him, which with Goultard's weapon that's coming out, the chains get to wrap around Toross's neck like some kind of freaky choker. Goultard comes out the portal and just yeets Toross up into the sky, even higher. And then we get orange lightning this time. Goultard comes out through another portal made by Yugo. Yugo with his portal placement is second to none. I don't want to hear it. He might be one of the best portal users of all time. Goultard comes out of portal, powering up, grabs his sword, and it makes this Inazuma 11 ass avatar of the Yacht God, aka his pops, and with no hesitation, Toross saw that. I was like, I bet. Charges right in. Goultard sends an attack down, and they clash in the middle. This looks like Luffy and Kaido when they were doing that Conqueror's Haki clash, because they are not touching. It's just you just feel the force. This was animated so well. Like, props up to ToT's team. And then as these guys are just brushing against just steaming against each other. Pause. That sounded steaming against me. What does that even mean, nigga? Yugo comes in and backdoors Toross. Toross is like, oh shit, and it's just like hits him. That whole sequence was just so fire. This is probably not even the best part of the fight, because we come to this part, they come at different angles at Toross, and he's just like doing his best to defend him off. He caught Goultard's punch, kicked Yugo away. Goultard went for a hit, he misses, but look at this frame right here. Launches Goultard away. He resummons his sword like it's a damn keyblade, and then begins sword fighting with Yugo. And we get this first person perspective as he's slashing at Yugo, blocking, deflecting. This shit is just so clean. And Yugo was really putting in that effort. It launches him and his stasis platform back. Yugo comes in from the top rope, diagonal slash down, tries to break guard. They go at it again. Toross goes for an attack. Yugo dodges it. And as he backflips away, he makes a portal as Toross is charging at him. And then out for the portal, Goultard hits him with the meanest uppercut. Yugo immediately just flies off to chase after Toross. Goultard not too far behind, and they just go at it. Yugo using portals for him and Goultard to continuously chasing Toross, and it is taking its effects right now. This is why I brought up immortality earlier in the video, because if this nigga Toross was not immortal, getting jumped by two of the biggest crash outs in the series, at this point, this nigga should be dead, especially after this kick from Goultard. Getting kind of pissed, so Toross makes this goddamn Kamehameha from his sword. Yugo flies around it, and they just continue just clashing swords over and over again. This shit was so fire. They do one last clash with this cinematic ass frame, and then Goultard comes literally out of nowhere. Toross had no time to react. Like, literally, let me rewind this real quick. Look at Goultard's face! The way he's looking at Toross, you'd think that these guys have a 1,000-year blood feud between them. But no, he didn't even know Toross existed. And the way he has been putting in pain is these yops are different, bro. He completely caught Toross so off guard. Toross ended up dropping his sword. He does this goddamn spin move, Toross in hand. Calls out to Yugo to do his... Look at Toross's face, bro. He was not prepared for all this at all. Again, if he was a mortal man, he would have been long dead if it was these two fighting to kill against him. And these niggas have been fighting with their lives on the line. Yugo makes his swords into lances and throws them. But the thing is, these have chase down on them. These are homing missiles. So Toross, he recovers himself and runs along his stasis platforms. But both of Yugo's attacks are just chasing after him no matter what. And eventually meet their mark, launching him even higher into the sky. And as you can probably tell, like with earlier with Yugo moving him away from the castle, they got him away up into the sky for a reason.
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
So realizing this, Toross jumps up to try and get to the portal back to the world of 12. But Yugo's like, yo, Goultard, hold him, stop him. And yeah, Goultard is able to drag Toross down. Toross starts trying to drain Goultard of his Wakfu. Goultard, this suicidal bastard. I don't understand the niggas, bro. It's just like, leave all you still kind of knowing down what would happen if Yugo did. But Yugo's a real nigga. I was like, nah, bro, we're leaving here together. Here's his final flash, which actually was a final flash, separating the two of them, catches Goultard, leaving Toross to drop, and Yugo's just like, if you didn't have your bitch ass immortality, you would have been cooked. They run away, and that's the end of the fight. This waifu is my sunshine, my sweetheart even. This is one of my longer videos. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had fun talking about it. This is in my top 5 waifu fights, I'd say. What we learned from this: immortality can't save you from not having no hands. Many people, I don't see much people talking about waifu, so I'd at least like to be able to contribute to maybe its popularity, because I know they got greenlit for season 5, and when that Kickstarter drops, I'll be there no matter what. And I'd like more people to, I'd like waifu to get more recognition as well, because obviously it's a great universe. It's got other supplementary materials. Other characters have their own personal stories, like Joris, Goultard, and it's a great series. I think y'all should get into it. You can find it on Netflix. This isn't sponsored at all. I just really love this franchise. Yeah, I need them to greenlight that waifu movie as well. I'm trying to be in the cinema with my brethren, watching these guys crash out once again. But yeah, I've been waffling for too long.
Maybe I've overtalked and maybe I've overextended my welcome. I may not ever be back again, but I got in what I needed to get in. So I'ma just woosah.
You talked for 11 minutes.
But yeah, see you next time, whether it'll be in one of the manga reviews or another fight video like this. Regardless, y'all have a good one. Happy New Year. Big 2025. Let's get shit rolling, wherever your goals are. Bye bye.